Big changes to some bus routes in Cornwall will come into effect this weekend, and there's concern. Last autumn, First Bus announced that it was leaving the county for good because of mounting financial pressures and a sharp fall in passenger numbers. Well, Go Cornwall is taking on some of those routes, but some services will be less frequent and in some areas journeys more expensive. And there are other issues too. One of the communities affected is Mousel, where the bus to Penzance will no longer stop in the centre of the village. Seb Noble has been there.
They've been catching the bus opposite Mousel's clock tower for 90 years. But the times are changing. From this weekend, buses won't stop here, in the centre of the village. Instead, passengers face a 350-yard uphill walk, either via some steep steps or along this narrow road to where the new bus stop will be located.
Well, I have got a permanent back problem, which means I'm really disabled. At times, I can't even use my sticks. I've got to use a mobility scooter. And to go from here up to the new bus stop is just going to totally isolate me. It's going to take me about 10 minutes at least to get up to that bus stop. And I live this end of the village. Those at the other end, it's going to take them even longer.
There's concern it could harm the village's tourism trade too.
If you're coming here, just say to go on the beach, you're not going to carry all your stuff all that way when you can get off the bus at the top of the slope and walk down. And our businesses rely on the tourists coming in. Not just tourists, but people that live locally that want to come in, that don't want to bring their cars in because there's nowhere to park in Mousel.
A petition's now been set up calling for a rethink.
The petition now is running around with their 2,000 names. Let's hope that common sense will prevail. It's going to be life-changing for so many people.
The changes are because First Bus are pulling out of Cornwall for business reasons. The new operators are defending their decision.
Anybody that's done that manoeuvre or watched the buses do that on the harbour, if they tell me it's safe, then I've got an argument with them. So there's a safety element to it. But the main reason is that the size of the vehicles that can operate into Mousel limits the size of the bus that you can operate on the whole route. And if that route's going to pay for itself, it's got to have the capacity to service the whole route. It's no good if the bus leaving Mousel is full up and people at Newlyn can't get on. So that isn't going to pay for the route, and that's what's undermined it.
Cornwall Council's welcoming services being retained and says it's vital people use them. But for the community here, they fear stormy times ahead. Seb Noble, BBC Spotlight, Mousel.